All right, good afternoon, everyone, to the Monday, July 14th, 2025 Rules Committee meeting. I'll gavel in the meeting, and then we'll start with introductions. Over with Mr. Dennis, please.
Good afternoon, Garrett Dennis Administration.
Nayeli Jimenez, Council Research.
Carla Lopera, Office of General Counsel.
Krista Carraher, Council Auditor's Office.
Ken Amar, City Council, District 1.
Randy White, District 12.
Terrence Freeman, at large, Group 1.
Chris Miller, at large, Group 5.
Ron Salem, Group 2 at large, and let me say this is the first time I've served on rules in 7 years, so this is it.
Mike Gay, District 2.
Michael Boylan, District 6, and I think this is my 5th or 6th year on rules.
All right, Kevin Carrico, District 4, just visiting.
Welcome, everyone, and let's make it a great year. This is a super crew that Council President has put together on rules, and I really look forward to the year working with you. And let's make it a great one and do our best for the good people of Jacksonville. Before we go to public comments, I'd like to give the microphone over to Council President Kevin Carrico. He has a few words he'd like to say.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be brief. I have an obligation at the Boys and Girls Club around the corner in 10 minutes, but I just wanted to welcome the Rules Committee and just tell you about. You already know how important the work of this committee is, really pushing the legislative agenda, things that we deal with on boards and commissions. And when I look around this dais, I see 1, 2, 3 past presidents supporting you here, Mr. Miller. I know you're going to take care of business, and trust you to do this. And everyone on the committee is going to do their fair share of the work. I know it's a lot that you have to do. I know lots of interviews, lots of meetings with all the candidates and things. So I appreciate you, giving your time to this committee and taking it seriously and making sure that Jacksonville's in a great place. So I just want to thank all of you, and I'm here to support you in anything you need.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you coming and sharing a bit with us. Is there there's a bill you want to take up before you move out?
Actually, yes. Item number 8 is a bill that I filed really on behalf of the nuisance abatement board. So if you wouldn't mind taking that up so I can get on down the rainy road, I'd appreciate that.
Thank you. We will. We're going to take up this one bill, then we're going to go to public comment, and then we'll go through the regular order of the rest of the agenda.
Move 435.
I have a motion and a second on 2025-435. Seeing no one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes.
Eight yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0435. Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, now if I could see the public comment cards that we have. Thank you. I'll go through the order real quick for the public comment cards, and we're going to start out with 2 minutes for each person. And the names are first, Wells Todd, Dr. Nancy, I think it's Steets, and then Amina Sharif, Lydia Bell, Roselle Van Nostrad, and Denise Cook. So first up, please, Mr. Wells Todd.
I don't think your microphone's on, sir.
Is it on now? Yeah. My name is Wells Todd. I'm with Take 'em Down Jacks, and I've been working over the past year or so with the Metro Gardens Neighborhood Association regarding the medical examiner's office and morgue that's been built in a residential neighborhood in someone's backyard. But I'm really here to speak about the democratic notion that we have a First Amendment right to speech. There have been a period at times where the city council has put public comment at the end of a meeting. And I'm here to speak out against that. One reason is that by the time the meeting is over, there's nobody really left in the chamber to hear what the public has to say because the public has gone home. The other point really is about democracy and about the city council members staying seated when public comment is given. At the last meeting, I realized that there were city council people who were in the green room watching public comment over the monitor. I believe that's unacceptable. So I think what we need is a guarantee that public comment will stay where it is in the agenda of the second and fourth city council meeting. If that is not the case, then the public will have to figure out how to fight to get it back to where it needs to be. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Todd. Next up is Dr. Steets, I believe it is. Okay, yeah, it's hard to read. Thank you.
Sorry, I have doctor's handwriting. So I just want to reiterate first quickly that the placement of the morgue where you have it demands that, as a physician, it demands an environmental impact study to ensure that the children at the school 10 yards away are not being exposed to anything toxic. And I'm just going to end it there. The next topic I'd like to talk about is the increased rules regarding public comment, similar to what Mr. Todd just said. If there's such great public pushback on an issue, rather than trying to create even more rules, how about taking a step back and saying, why is this so unpopular? Maybe we need to re-examine it. You were elected as public servants. If listening to the public is so difficult for you, why did you run? That's my question. Please don't move the public comments to the end. We've taken our time. We're not getting paid to show up here. And it's rude to watch some of you looking at your cell phones right now. I'd love to see some rules for city council, as has been mentioned. A short history lesson, 236 years ago today, people stormed the Bastille in France because it was a symbol of abuse of power. And today, the legacy of some of you is going to be that of building more concentration camps. And I just thank goodness for our mayor, who has a strong legacy. She has nothing to worry about. But what will your legacy be? Think about it. Thank you.
Do we get your name and address for the record? But you need to state it for the record, please.
My name is Dr. Nancy Stotts, and my address is 2038 Beach Avenue, Atlantic Beach.
Thank you. Oh, you can say it's on the record. That's fine, but we just need for you to state it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Amina Sharif, please. Amina Sharif? Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. Amina Sharif, address on file. My comments is regarding public comments section. The beginning of every council meeting, when the council is presenting whatever you want to recognize or whatever, you're able to stand up, applaud, clap your hands, what have you. It's a friendly, inviting situation. Public comment section should not be a hostile environment. It should be the same as you start off. We're not here to engage in a fight with you. The comments that are coming from the community is for you to consider the concerns of the very people who voted for you. We're asking that the comments from the audience be accepted, that you pay attention to what is being said, that you consider what is being said as something important to you. One of the council members says, what matters to you matters to me. That's being said, but actions speak louder than words. We don't believe what is being said. Please consider leaving public comment in the portion of the city council meeting where it is. It does not need to be at the end because, like the person before me said, there's most likely everyone is left. And the very people, the community that should be knowing what's going on has left. And many of you are not even paying attention to what the community is being said. Please give us more respect.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up is Lydia Bell.
Good evening. Lydia Bell, address is on file. Last week at the City Council meeting, we were told that public comment would be at the end, and it was. We're here today to get clarity because if it's going to be a permanent thing, we ask that you do not change it because we are here to give our opinions on what is happening in our community. You all are elected officials that took an oath that represent the citizens of Jacksonville. But for some reason, we feel that we are being attacked as opposed to being represented. Now, I would love for you all to have spent as much time on creating this propaganda as if some man came in here with some knife trying to harm someone. And all this that's been built up around it. And then the police, no one spoke up against the police pulling the man by his neck. But I would have preferred that you spent more time trying to correct what's happening in Brentwood with the illegal building of that morgue. And I would like to know why you all are just being disrespectful a lot of times, eating, writing, chewing, doing whatever you want, and not listening to what we're saying. You all are our representatives. Citizens COJ is citizens of Jacksonville, and we would like to see more positive representation because if you're all going to vote, I got home, I'm a senior citizen, and I got home at 9:30 from the last city council meeting. That is too late for a senior citizen. My curfew is 2 p.m., and that's because people in Jacksonville drive so bad. I want to be off the road, and I get back out there 6:30 or maybe 7 o'clock. But 2 p.m. is my curfew. Getting home at night, 9:30 from a city council meeting is totally out of order. You are getting paid for your position. We're not getting paid. How my time? Did y'all cheat on my time? Thank you.
No, ma'am. Thanks, Ms. Bell. Next is Roselle Van Nostrad, I believe. And please help me with your name. I apologize.
A tough one. Roselle Van Nostrand. My address is on record. And like the other people before me, I would like it to be known that we're kind of upset about the idea of moving the public comment to the end. It doesn't really seem to make sense to me because you're here to listen to us, I assume, right? I mean, that's part of the job description. And if I'm wrong, I'll go to the green room. You can tell me how I'm wrong because I've been wrong once. And the other thing is this morgue. Is anyone's children going to the KIPP school? Anybody here? Anybody? No? Oh, well, that's interesting. Because that neighborhood has been traditionally redlined already. It's in their DNA with highways, etc. And now a morgue? Come on, y'all. You know how bad that is. It's just unthinkable. I mean, no, I know it wasn't proposed in Avondale where I live. I'm sure of it. Riverside, Ortega, Ponte Vedra, come on. I mean, we are so big. We're always saying how big and great we are. we're so big, we had to choose an African-American neighborhood that's already been disenfranchised to put a morgue. Come on. It's just stinky. Really. It stinks. You know. And as far as, y'all being present for us, I know this, toddlers don't even get to leave the classroom for potty breaks. When does that end? I see plenty of people just get up and leave. It's crazy, So I think, we should have like a joint potty break pre the meeting. And you all should, make sure you account for each other going and coming. That would be very mature.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next is Denise Cook, please.
Denise Cook, address is on file. This is my first daytime meeting. I'm pretty excited about it. And that's because I work full time. So this is important. We do want to express that we do not want the rules of public comments changed. Now, that doesn't mean to say we can't come to a compromise. I understand there are public comments in the latter part of the meeting during the public hearing, options to speak out. So maybe we switch this back and forth. One meeting, it's regular time. One meeting, it's the later time. And maybe we just are more transparent. I hate that word actually, but maybe we're more forthcoming with the reasons why. Once we understood the reasons why in the last meeting, we were pretty acceptable of those reasons. And we were gracious that we were given the additional time. We want to work together with our elected officials, but we want our elected officials to work with us too. And that means letting us know, getting the Neighborhood Bill of Rights in place, getting the CPACs to be involved, getting the CPACs up and running so that the involvement is real, not just another figure in front of things. And I think most of you know what I mean by that. The resolution for redlining. You all passed that, and I heard out of several different mouths there would be a next step. There would be another proposal. What is the next step? What is the action we're going to take on that? So far, we're gathering dust like we do with so many studies that we do in the redlined areas. Let's not do that. Let's not continue to do that. Let's work on a bill to make some forward movement with the money that's already out there. There's $400 million earmarked for projects in these areas. Let's put it together, get it together. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Next up is Katrina Spencer, please. And then last person will be John Nooney.
Hi, my name is Katrina Spencer. My address is on file. I'm here in reference to the medical building morgue that they are building in my residence. That building should not be in a residential area, and everyone knows that. They have broken every law there is to try to get this building up in a hurry, and you're not living in that neighborhood when you're hearing all the big trucks, all the noise early in the morning, working late at night, trying to get those buildings done. We don't want to have to be smelling all the stuff coming from that morgue with 300 dead bodies. Why don't you do something for 300 live bodies that's living? We need something for our community, not for dead people. We need a community skills center, something that's going to help our community. We need an urgent medical care building. You could use that building for so many much purpose. So we need to have that building repurposed and not for dead people. We need it for the living, not for dead. And the streets are being torn up by those big trucks coming in there. And we're being told that the streets will be fixed when the morgue is finished building. But what about now when you're having the ride through and your tires going into holes? And when it's raining real hard, the road is being flooded since that building is being built there. And you shouldn't have a flood in a neighborhood where it haven't been flooded before. But all of a sudden now, the neighborhood road is being flooded. And those big trucks shouldn't be parked, not letting us coming in our own neighborhood.
Thank you, ma'am. Last speaker is John Nooney, please.
Hello, I am John, philanthropic, resiliency, intangible, jelly roll, good boy Nooney. Ocho Tres, Cinco Seis, Bascom Road, Jacksonville, Florida, 32216, City Council District 4, CPAC 3, School Board District 3. Okay, we're making a movie, JSEB. It's going to be big. It's going to be wicked. And, if you have a shirt, you're in the movie. There will also be a travel gavel, associated with the movie. Look for Renegades, to be a real movie spot. Now I'm just down to a minute 34. I'll be addressing agenda items 12, 15, 16, 17, 19. These are direct contracts. We are now going to be substituting direct contracts for the words competitive evaluated award process. Okay, I'll also like to touch on 2025-0432. This is watercraft regulations. Watercraft, this is the state of Florida, and, that's agenda item 7. And watercraft regulations. This is massive. This is a reorg. Boats, waterways. And let me just remind everybody, this resilient Jacksonville, this woke joke stuff. I'm in it 4 times. And one of the biggest takeaways in this report is that public access on our waterways is the worst ever. It's horrible. 67 counties in the state of Florida. You want to get out of Duval County. And you know what? This watercraft stuff will do that. You're going to want to get down to Renegades. And so anyway, you just look at what you're going to be doing. Now, it flew through neighborhoods and, clarify, update definitions, enforcement, authority, consolidate provisions, repeal existing parts, violations, penalties, enforcement. You're going to be sending this to the EPB guys, Environmental Protection Board. You know what? At their public hearing, I went to their meeting. Under public hearings and there was none. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Nooney.
Visit Jacksonville.
Thank you
for listening.
Before we go to the agenda, Vice Chair Freeman would like to make a couple comments.
No, thank you. Through the chair, just to the body, I just wanted you all to be aware that I may be frequently going in and out. Unfortunately, my daughter and I in Kentucky on Sunday experienced a active shooter event where 40,000 of us had to be evacuated. It turned out to be a false alarm, but she is up there by herself at 17, and she is still extremely nervous. And so if she calls, and when she calls, I will have no remorse for walking out and making sure that my child is okay. So I just want to give you all a heads up, if you do see me going in and out, that my duties as a father come first. Thank you.
Thank you. And let's turn to item number 1, please, 2024-0627. It's been deferred at the request of Councilman Diamond. Item number 2, 2024-0966, been deferred at the request of Council President Carrico. Item number 3, 2025-0011, has been deferred at the request of the administration. And item number 4, 2025-0188, looking for a motion on the amendment. I have a motion second on the amendment. All those in, excuse me. Could you please explain the amendment?
Yes, through the chair to the committee. The amendment will just make a couple of very technical corrections in the bill. We'll correct the name of the agreement that's between JEA and the city. We'll correct some of the formatting within the revised charter language. And lastly, we'll correct some Scrivener's errors within the bill.
Thank you. All in favor of the amendment, please say yes. All opposed, the same. The amendment passes. I have a motion and a second on the bill as amended. See 2 in the queue. First is past Council President Salem, please.
Thank you, Chair. I will be supporting this bill today. I've been advised by the auditors that in order for us to get the $15 million that's in this year's budget and the $40 million into our system, this has to be approved. and I want both those things to occur. However, I am not happy with the fact that the $40 million is entirely appropriated in the budget we have in front of us. Mr. Weinstein and I have had some discussions on that. I'm not in favor of that, and through the finance process, I intend to take some actions on that. But that'll come in a few weeks. But I will be supporting this bill today. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Vice Chair Freeman, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I, too, just have a few questions. Fully supportive of the bill because I understand the process that needs to take place in order for the funds to transfer over. But in last year's budget cycle, we had some very detailed conversations regarding $10 million that was left out. I haven't had a chance to fully go through the budget, but I can't find it just yet. And so we had a kind of a catch-all bill with the $40 million that was coming. Per my conversations with JEA, those dollars were unencumbered, they weren't restricted. And so I used those funds as a catch-all if we did not identify $10 million in the budget this year. So far, it looks like it's and for first-termers, I'm going to refer to it loosely as a shell game, where monies are getting moved from one place to the other, and then money comes out of the general fund from another place that we probably would accept. And I would not be comfortable with that. I'm not serving on finance, but I do plan on attending finance on the day that we do talk about UF Health to fully understand where that $10 million of a piece of legislation that this body filed and voted on and supported, where is it in the budget? Hopefully, we will have some answers by then. But I will support this today, but I, too, Councilman Salem, have some serious concerns, and I'll be in finance there.
Thank you. Seeing no one else on the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0188 as amended. Turning to item number 5, 2025-0410. I have a motion and second on the amendment. Please explain the amendment, Ms. Carahare.
Through the chair to the committee, the amendment will correct a Scrivener's error. It will also include a term end date of November 30th for the Subdivision Standards and Policy Advisory Committee. This is just to codify the existing term end date for that committee that's not currently in the code.
Thank you. All those in favor of the amendment, please say yes. All those opposed, the same. The amendment passes. I have a motion and second on the bill as amended. Seeing no one in the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes. Sideways.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you've approved 2025-0410 as amended. We have Vice Chair Freeman in the queue, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and my apologies as well, but I did see Mr. Phillip, our auditor, back there and on 2025-0188, and I will attend finance, but I do believe the auditors do have some requests in to the administration to kind of give us a better understanding of how some of these dollars have been moved from one place to the other. And I wanted to put that on the record so that you all as well, if those that you are attending finance, can hopefully check back with the auditors to see if they've gotten that information back. But per my last meeting with them, they had not gotten information that was requested to them. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go now to item number 6, 2025-0430. We have a motion and second on the amendment. I've seen no speakers on the queue. All those in favor of the amendment, please say yes. All those opposed, the same. The amendment passes. Excuse me, I broke my rule already. Just for a second, I want to go back to Ms. Carahare. My goal is to get the amendment explained every time, regardless of how short it is, so we have it on the record. Please, Ms. Caraher.
Yes, through the chair to the committee. The amendment will first correct a Scrivener's error within the bill, will include carryover of funding through fiscal 25-26 to align with the extended term date of this contract, will include the oversight department, and lastly, attach a revised Exhibit 2, which is the budget amendment detail to correct a Scrivener's error.
Thank you very much. Let's try this again on the amendment. All those in favor of the amendment, please say yes. All those opposed, the same. The amendment passes. I have a motion second on the bill as amended. Seeing no one on the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0430 as amended. Turning to item number 7, 2025-0432. I have a motion second on the amendment. Ms. Caraher, please explain the amendment.
Through the chair to the committee, the amendment will attach Code Section 360-104 within the on-file document. This section's being repealed through this legislation, and the council rules require it be attached as an exhibit. And lastly, we'll correct some Scrivener's errors.
Thank you. All those in favor of the amendment, please signify by saying yes. All opposed, the same. The amendment passes. A motion second on the bill is amended. No one on the queue. Please open the ballot and record your votes.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0432 as amended. We've already taken up item 8, so we'll move on to, we'll move on to item number 9. I meant to take this up earlier, so my apologies to Mr. Martino. Item 2025-0438. I have a motion and a second on the bill. Mr. Martino, are you here? Yes, sir. Would you please come forward and give your name and your address for the record? And again, I apologize. I meant to take you up first, but I didn't see you there. So if you'll do that for the record, name and address, please.
No apology necessary. Good afternoon. My name is Josh Martino, 243 Pablo Road, 32082.
Thank you very much. Would you please just tell us a little bit about yourself? You're being nominated for a position on the board of Kids Hope Alliance, and why is it that you believe this is a good fit for you and something that this committee could get behind supporting you for this position?
Well, I'm the president of Bono's Barbecue and Home Team Restaurant Group. Our family's been serving Jacksonville and the people of Jacksonville for over 75 years plus in this community, and I've lived here for 22 of those years, and I've made it, part of my life, part of my family's life to serve the people that serve us, the people that support our family business in this community. So I've been deeply engaged in many philanthropic initiatives, board work, volunteer service, myself, my family, from education, criminal justice reform, hunger, you name it. It's very much a part of our ethos. It's a part of my life. I'm incredibly honored to be nominated for Kids Hope Alliance, and I intend to serve it proudly for the city, for the organization, and for all of its constituents.
Thank you. Before I go to the queue, I just want to say thank you for all your time. Last Friday, we had a very extensive and very, I think, strong and motivational, for me it was, conversation about your thoughts going into this possibility, being a board member. And you've served, as you've said, on various other boards. And I really got excited about your ideas of things that you wanted to bring to the board and to look at ways that we can work more efficiently and effectively as a board, as a nonprofit, and among other things. So thank you again for the long amount of time that you set aside for us to talk. And I see that we do have a waiver of the requirement to live in Duval County. you live in St. Johns County, is that correct?
I do.
And one of the requirements, I think, if you don't live, is to have a substantial business interest, which you obviously do, with Bono's and other restaurants that you have. Would you like to speak to that? Because I would say some of my colleagues would be interested in knowing, given you don't live in Duval County, they would probably want to hear about that.
Sure thing. I think one of the greatest gifts that my job has given me is the experience I get going around to all of our stores. Our stores are located north, south, east, and west from every corner of Jacksonville, 18 locations. Far west is Lane Avenue and I-10 to Jamie's Road and 103rd, Merrill Road and Arlington, Jack's Beach, everywhere in between. I've gotten to know the population, the people who support our restaurants in every one of those boroughs, every one of those neighborhoods. To know your business and our business is to know who's walking through your door, what they need, who they are, what they're proud of, what their needs are. And I've been doing that for over 20 years. So I find myself really lucky to have that experience. I think it's a unique experience in my job, getting to know my communities like that. Those are the people I serve as a business, and those are the people I've been serving, whether it's Feeding Northeast Florida, Operation New Hope, Tiger Academy, Edward Waters, UNF, JU, all the places I've been passionate to serve. So I think that's the unique perspective I can bring to this board, and give it everything I have.
Thank you very much. I'll now go to the queue to Past President Salem.
Thank you, Chair. Let me state at the beginning, I'm very supportive of the appointment. I've seen Josh at many of the organizations he just mentioned and his company's efforts here in Duval County. But I'm trying to understand the makeup of the board, the resident requirement. Can someone help me with that?
Through the chair to the committee. So this legislation does have a waiver of the requirement, the KHA specific requirement that board members reside within Duval County. When you waive a specific provision like that, it has the effect of falling back to the general provision of Chapter 50.102, which requires either residency within Duval County or substantial business or philanthropic economic interest. The ordinance code also requires that at a committee meeting prior to the appointee's appearance that the bill sponsor appear and provide a justification for that, or provide information on the substantial economic or business philanthropic interest. That did occur at the last Rules Committee meeting, which I know was the last council year, so it wasn't necessarily you all. But that did occur at the last committee meeting where the administration provided that information to the satisfaction of the Rules Committee.
Okay, you didn't quite understand my question. The makeup of the board is how many? Are they mayor appointments, council appointments? Is this a mayor or council appointment? That was the gist of my question. Maybe Mr. Dennis can help us.
Through the chair to Councilman Salem. So this is a full mayoral appointment board. There's 7 members currently on the board, and there was one vacancy because of a resignation, we advanced Mr. Martino for that vacancy.
And all 7 require Duval County residents without the waiver. So the waiver, through the chair to OGC, is built into the bill. Is that correct?
The chair.
Yeah, Ms. Lopera.
Through the chair. There we go. Through the chair, that's correct. The waiver is built into the legislation.
Okay. Thank you. As I said, very supportive. Just want to understand the process.
We'll now go to Vice Chair Freeman, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And through the chair to Mr. Martino, one, thank you for putting yourself forward. I vividly remember serving I want to say giving food away many years ago. That kid was up at the YMCA on the north side. I'm at a loss for words for what school it was. I should know it now.
The Tiger Academy.
Tiger Academy, yes. And so got a chance to meet you then. The same passion that you displayed there. I could see even more of it oozing out of you. I'm excited to see you on this board fighting for our kids, fighting for our future. This is similar to the bills that we dealt with in the last session, and so I'm completely comfortable with it because of the substantial business that you have. I think it's some little small restaurant called Bono's or whatever that you mentioned earlier. So yet again, thank you, and I would love for a chance for us to connect again offline, just to catch up again. All right, thank you so much.
Pardon me. Seeing no one else in the queue, please open the ballot and record your votes.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0438, appointing Josh Martino to the Kids Hope Alliance Board. Sir, this isn't a requirement, but on Tuesday night, we will recognize you and want to honor you in front of the full council for stepping up to be able to serve us in this way. So if you can make it, that would be great. But if not, that's okay as well. But I just want to extend that invitation. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We'll now go to item 10, 2025-0442. A motion and second on the bill. Seeing no one else in the queue. Oh, we have one person in the queue. Past President Salem, please.
Can anyone tell me who's paying for the sign? Well, I'm trying to verify that.
Ms. Carher?
Through the chair to Councilmember Salem, I'm not certain on that, but I believe it would be the Florida Department of Transportation.
So we're encouraging them to install a sign at their expense.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Vice Chair Freeman, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm fully supportive of this. I just want to make sure that I at least go on record because I know that they're very passionate members of these communities that once we pass this resolution, then it goes into the hands at the state level, and the decision will then be rendered, if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I am, the decision would still be in their lap if they decide to do it or not. Is there a timeline of knowing or getting a response back from the FDOT? Because the community is very passionate. We will hear it in public comment. We'll hear it as this bill continues to travel. And this is a resolution that is just asking and requesting. So I would like to give those in the audience that are very interested and concerned a timeline of expectation of when they should hear something back.
Through the chair to Councilmember Freeman, I'm not aware of a timeline for this.
Okay, thank you. So basically I'm fully supportive, and I'll add my name as a co-sponsor, but this yet again could be similar to what I heard someone mention earlier about, we do studies and the studies sit on a shelf. This is going to clearly set an expectation to the community that they're going to have signs placed in their community and that this body just took an action and we voted on it to happen. So I just wanted to make sure that I put it on the record that this is a resolution we're passing. It goes to the state level. And then the timeline is on the state level, not us. Is there anything else, and I want to make sure I put it all out there through the chair to OGC or to the administration, is there anything else that can be done once we pass this resolution that could, one, answer Council Salen's question of who's paying for it, which I agree, I believe it's the state, and could expedite the process? I just want to make sure that while we're in committee, we're going to just really start doing the work so that the members that show up, and I appreciate them coming to committees now, can kind of see how the sausage is made prior to it getting to a Tuesday night for a vote.
Through the chair to the committee. So Councilmember Freeman, you are correct. This is a resolution just requesting that the Department of Transportation install a marker on the off-ramp for exit 353D on Interstate 95, which is completely within the jurisdiction of Department of Transportation. So I'm not aware of any process where it can be expedited. This is just a request. We'd like to see historic signage there. It's completely up to their discretion.
Thank you. I'm done. So this is similar to some other resolutions that we've had come before us that we as a body approved, but yet there was still no real action that we could take afterwards. And we hear members continuously come up and remind us of resolutions we passed and asking why is there no action. So I'm just going to start kind of laying it out there so that we can continue to track it now as we move forward, so that hopefully the message that the 7 of us sitting here and the 19 on a Tuesday night, we're not always against some of the issues and the items that are important to the community that they're fighting for. It's just this bill doesn't carry much, doesn't have any teeth to it. And so it's going to be a resolution that hopefully, and I will reach out to the state level, and I have friends over there, and I will encourage them to do this because I think it is needed. I am a big fan of J.P. Smalls, the Durkeeville area, Emmett Reed. That's where we've done our book fair there, backpack giveaway for the last 7 years that I've been on council. So this area is very important to me, and so I would like to see it get done. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to also ask Mr. Dennis, who would be the appropriate office to follow up on this once it goes through in the transportation arena? Do you have someone that would be willing to do that? Just follow up so after their next meeting that they've considered this, we have someone asking them, was this on the agenda? How did it turn out? If we have someone, I think that'd be preferred given what Councilman Freeman just talked about, so that we're actively following up on something we've sent to him. If not, I have a couple friends at FDOT. I'd be happy to reach out myself, but just want to get your thoughts on that.
Chairman Miller, thank you so much for that question. And yes, we do. And we have Nina Sickler, if I can have her come up, because she meets with FDOT on a very consistent basis, and they talk about the various projects and things like that. So she would be the best point of contact for the administration to make sure that that message and have updates moving forward. So if I could allow you to let
me. Thank you. Ms. Sickler, is that a fair request for follow-up?
Good afternoon. Yeah, Nina Sickler, Public Works. Yes, we meet with FDOT at least monthly. In fact, we have one coming up on Monday. So we can certainly advise them that this is potentially coming up and can certainly coordinate. We work with them closely about signing across the city.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We have also Councilmember Freeman on the queue again.
I think Councilmember Amaro for the first time.
Okay, Councilmember Amaro, please.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Very quickly, the legislation doesn't quite identify the location of the signage, and Ms. LaPera mentioned the exit off of the interstate. Are we talking about an actual monument sign near Durkeeville, or are we speaking of one of those green signs on Interstate 95 that says Durkeeville? So I just want a little bit of clarity, for me at least, what kind of signage we're speaking of.
Through the chair to the committee and Councilmember Amaro. So the legislation doesn't specify what kind of marker we're requesting. It just says to install a marker on the specific exit 353D on I-95, designating the entrance to the historic Durkeeville neighborhood. So it doesn't say specifically.
We also have Vice Chair Freeman on the queue again.
Thank you, and I do believe it'll be something similar to the signs that we see consistently throughout our city. I would like to be added as a co-sponsor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Seeing no one else on the queue, would you please open the ballot and record your votes?
7 yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0442. Item 11, 2025-0465 is on second reading, and excuse me, the following bills are also on second reading: 2025-0466, 0467, 0468, 0469, 0471, 0472, 0473, 0475, 0476, 0477, 0478, 0482. And we'll go back to 2025-0479. Bill's been moved and seconded. Seeing no one else in the queue, no one in the queue, rather. Please open the ballot and record your votes.
Seven yeas, 0 nays.
By your actions, you have approved 2025-0479. And that concludes our agenda. Is there anything else from any of the committee members? Seeing nothing else, we are adjourned.